Howdy, folks. This is whatever. Um, what we're going to be talking about is my uh, little thing on maybe some dream matchups in MMA. So let's go. We're going to go with some obvious ones with women. Obviously, for 135, do you think Shevchenko can beat Amanda Nunes? Obviously, at 145, we would like to see Nunes Cyborg Part 2. Um, was Ronda Rousey at her best able to deal with Amanda Nunes when Rousey was at her best? I don't think so. Right. Okay. Um, at 115, was Joanna Champion able to deal with Wiley Zing? We already saw it once. It was an incredible fight. Let's do it again. Okay. Men. Davison Figueiredo versus Demetrius Johnson. What kind of interesting fight that would be. This killer Figueiredo against the ultimate sublime perfect fighter. Who wouldn't love to? Now you could throw Cejudo Figueiredo as well, but I think Cejudo might have difficulty getting to 125 again, I should say. But anyways, DJ Figueiredo, come on, that's a beautiful fight. 135. Prime Dominic Cruz at his best against Piotr Jan. Um, Come on, we gotta go Cruz here, but I don't know. There's other 135s out there, but let's just do it like that. At 145, if somehow we could keep McGregor at 145, would anybody be able to beat him at 145? Max Holloway tried once. Volkanovski or Ortega, they could present counter problems. What about Volkanovski or Ortega? 145 prime Aldo versus uh, Volkanovski now. Um, what was prime Aldo? We saw Aldo still pretty good. Was he facing harder competition? Questions. 155. This is a question I really want to ask. I say, what if BJ Penn at the prime, BJ Penn prime, when he beats Matt Hughes at 170, ironically, but when he's beating Diego Sanchez, when he's beating um, Joe Stevenson, when he's beating those guys and blooding them up and just dominating them, would prime BJ Penn have a chance against Khabib? My answer to that is I don't think so, because I think Khabib would do the same thing that GSP did to BJ. It's a little bit different though, because GSP it's a complicated question because BJ fought GSP at 170. You got to keep that into consideration. Now Frankie Edgar took down Prime BJ. Was he Prime BJ? What about Prime Frankie Edgar against Khabib? That Frankie Edgar that went through hell against Maynard. What about all these 155 champs? Now 170. You got Usman against GSP. I just think GSP has more tools. Has more tools. Usman's not going to be able to drag GSP to the floor. Prime GSP to the floor. Let's just be honest. Can Usman get there? That's another story. Let's go to 185. We got Israel Adesanya against Prime Anderson. That's a dream matchup that we'll never see. We saw them in the ring together, in the octagon together, and it was magic. And I can only imagine what 5 rounds of Prime Anderson against Prime Izzy would be. That would probably be maybe the best striking MMA contest of all time. There's no question. Let's go to 205. You know, if there's John Jones and then there's John Jones. I mean, I always thought maybe if Fedor cut weight, because he had a belly, if Fedor decided to cut weight and get to 205, maybe. But I don't know. Fedor is a kind of a thick guy. I don't know if that's in. If he would be able to, if Fedor could be like Cormier, and would have turned out the same. I don't think so because Fedor's. I always had a dream matchup. Now let's talk about Fedor Stipe. Um, a lot of people are gonna say a lot of people they just saw the last Fedor with the chin issues and all that with no defense. A prime Fedor, there's what can Stipe do? He can keep distance, maybe. You know, Fedor's gonna get in on him and probably submit him. But now if we put, I always had a dream, prime Fedor versus John Jones as the ultimate match. Comment if I even post whatever I'm gonna do with this. If anybody ever sees this, comment, tell me what you think. This was done very off the cuff. This was done just to do it and to see and to, I don't even know what I'm doing, to be honest with you. I'm just throwing out ideas out there. Comment, like, whatever. Thanks, man. Guys, girls, and whatever.